So we are going live with one of our past students, Macey from Macey's Method, who is actually joining us from Marbella, which is so fun, who set up her business around 6 months ago. And we're just going to talk about setting up a virtual assistant business, what's involved, the highs, the lows, the services she's offering. I know she's offering admin, social media support. So we're going to go in a little deeper into those and the kind of clients she's working with and just like the good and the hard parts of starting a virtual assistant business. So let's just invite Macey in now. Hello.
Hello, how are
Hello.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. Is
Welcome,
it a good
welcome.
day so far?
Yes, it is almost over. It is the time zone I'm in Valley.
Yeah.
It's not the best, I'm not gonna
What
lie.
time is it right now?
It is 9 p.m. So
Okay,
I just get up later and work later. So we make it work, but yeah,
okay. We
uh
always make it work.
exactly. I guess for
You're
anyone
seven
new,
hours ahead of
eight
me right now because
of
I'm an hour
seven.
ahead of UK. Yeah.
Okay, that's convenient. So yeah, do you want to start by introducing yourself? Give us a little bit of rundown on you, your business, what you're up to in your business life.
Yeah, so I'm Macey, owner of Macey's Method. I am currently in Marbella, Spain,
Love
and wouldn't have
it.
been able to do that without starting this business. So I started this in around June,
Yeah.
and I began taking clients on in July whilst I was working my full-time marketing office job. And then I decided to just take the leap and go full-time with this at the end of September. And I left my office job, and here I am.
So
Full-time VA.
you left in September. How did you end up making that decision to go full time? Because if you launched in June, September is, really not a long time after that.
It's not. I'd say I'm a bit impulsive. I probably left
Okay.
a bit earlier than most people would,
Yeah.
but because I was very sure that this is what I wanted to do
Yeah.
and I wanted to give my all, like all my energy into it, I knew that the only way that I could do that was to leave my office job. And I knew
Yeah.
that the earlier I did that, the sooner I'd be able to just build on this. And I'm so glad that I left when I did because I've just been able to achieve so much in that time. So,
Oh, good. And I guess it is true though,
yeah.
like when you build it as a side hustle alongside a full-time job, there's literally only so many hours you can give it before
Yeah,
there's no time
exactly.
for sleeping.
I've
Like,
gotten to the point where like I could do both at the same time, but I wanted to push it further, but I just
yeah,
physically didn't have the time or the brain space, so I
yeah.
just had to leave at that time for me, and I'm glad that I did.
Amazing. Sometimes it is just taking that like leap of faith and trusting yourself. I guess you had like the proof of
Yeah,
concept. You had already had paying clients by then. Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah. I already had paying clients, so I started taking clients on beginning of July. So I was working full time for about 2 months before I like gave that up and then
Yeah.
went full time with this.
Amazing. And then what kind of clients have you been working with or what kind of projects have you worked on since you started?
Yeah, so I don't have a niche, so I've worked with quite a fair few different industries,
Love
but
it.
I'm really glad that I've done it that way because I just enjoy like learning about different ways that industries work, and I
Yeah.
think maybe at some point I might niche down, but at the minute, like yeah, I'm just enjoying learning all the different types of industries, but it's been all sorts from like real estate to Pilates studios to crystal shops to
Love it.
helping other VAs out. So yeah, at the minute I'm enjoying just it being broad. Um, but yeah,
I love that. I think that's honestly it's what I always recommend to if anyone who's listening.
yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of noise online about like needing to niche down, but it's like
I
I think being like a jack of all trades is actually really beneficial for like the first year of business.
100%. Yeah, because before I started, I saw loads of TikToks of VAs saying like you need to niche down. Like the way to get the most clients is to have a niche. But I disagree. Like if you have
Yeah.
a niche, great. If you know 100% what you want to do, but I didn't. So, and I don't have any plans to niche down anytime soon. And
Yeah.
I still have been able to get almost fully booked. So yeah.
So exciting. And then tell us a little bit about your kind of travel plans. Obviously, you're in Marbella now. How did that come to fruition? And do you have any other travel plans for the business?
Yeah, so a big reason for me starting this business was because I'm such a travel bug. Like, I love just being here, there, and everywhere. So at the minute, I'm in Marbella. I'm here for 4 weeks,
Love it.
from the UK, um, and then I'm going back home for Christmas for 3 weeks, and then I'm going to Dubai for a few months with my boyfriend because he has his own business. He's had his own business for a few years now, and he's always lived like all over the world, and I've always been so jealous of that because I've always been in my office jobs. Like I could visit for a few days, but that was it.
Yeah.
So now I can go to wherever I want in the world, and it's just
So,
amazing.
so exciting. And do you think it's helped having someone like close in your life that's an entrepreneur that gets it?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And he just pushes me like to do my best with this business because he's so hardworking. It's definitely just pushed me in the right direction with this. And yeah, I'm very thankful for that.
Love that. I think it is really important that you like, when you have a supportive home life, and people that are encouraging you, whether it's friends, family, partners, whatever, like it makes such a difference when you're for the days and you're
100%.
having a wobble, they're like, all right, let's just
Yeah.
get over this and get back to it.
Yeah, yeah, like he completely gets it because most people don't around you. Most people just
Yeah.
work, a regular traditional job, so they don't understand how much goes into it. Like
Yeah.
it's so rewarding, but it's a lot of work at the same time.
Yeah, it really is. And what made you want to start? Was it mostly travel, or was it like what was the main reason?
Um, well, before and during uni, I'd always worked in customer facing roles, and I knew
Yeah,
that that definitely wasn't for me. It was just an easy way of income for
of
the
course.
moment. And then after I finished uni, I went into sort of just office based roles. I actually landed a pretty good job as a personal assistant at quite a big company. So I was, helping executives with their like super busy diaries, like
Yeah.
organizing their whole life, doing
Nice.
everything for them other than their meetings. And it was great. I was like, oh, this is fun. But after the novelty sort of wore off of the job, after about 5 months or so, I realized that it just maybe wasn't for me like the whole office life, but I thought maybe it's just this specific job. So then I
Yeah.
moved on to a different office job, had the same thing, like, oh, I just want more.
Yeah.
So then I ended up moving home and I got another office job and that was a marketing role and I actually really enjoyed that role. I enjoyed the people I worked with. Everything was great, but still I felt like I wanted more. I was like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with me? Because I feel like this is what everyone's doing. Like, why can't I just fully enjoy it? So then I decided to find a side hustle. And that's when I
Yes.
did loads of research. And then I found out about virtual assistants. But again,
Mm.
I was like, where do I even start with that? So that's when I found out about virtual assistant coaches. And I messaged you. And then I started the program shortly after. And it's the best thing, one of the best things I've ever done.
Love that. I love how it's like a chain of like, I obviously have a very similar like path in terms of like getting a normal job. Everyone else is like loving life, and I'm like, this is the worst
Yeah.
thing ever. Like, how do I get out of
Yeah.
this?
Like it was fine, but I just felt like I always just wanted more. But I
Yeah.
felt sort of not like guilty for it, but I was just like, oh, I don't know, why can't I just be comfortable in what I'm doing? But now that I've started this, I realized that it just wasn't right for me, and
Yeah.
this feels right for the first time in my life. So yeah,
Oh, I mean, that is so big. Like, that's so much bigger than like any like, financial wins or anything. Just knowing you're on the right path of like
yeah,
where you're supposed to be is massive.
yeah. And another part of it is the financial part of it because there's no cap really to how much you can
Yeah,
earn because obviously there's multiple things that you can do with the business. Because obviously with a traditional job, you just have your salary and
yeah,
you know what to expect in your paycheck every month. But with this, like the amount you earn reflects is like a reflection of the work you put in, which
for
I
sure.
really like.
Yeah.
So
It's like it's heavy responsibility, but it's also very exciting because you know that you can like work your ass off and make a serious amount of money.
exactly, because in my office jobs, you can work your ass off, but you're still going to get paid the exact same amount every single month. So yeah, it's not as
It's
rewarding for sure.
very true. It's less motivating. I guess though that doing PA roles that were kind of like high pressure with a lot going on and a marketing role, like did you find that that set you up really well to become a virtual assistant and a social media manager?
Yeah, 100%. Because I was a personal assistant, I feel like that just really set the foundation for
Yeah.
my. I've always been really organized, but that just like having that job at 21 years old really just helped me because I was like surrounded by CEOs and executives, like managing their whole life. They had back-to-back meetings from like 8 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. and I was the one who was sorting it out for them. So it just sort of threw me in the deep end
Yeah.
at a young age. So I just learned all these skills, and yeah, I've really transferred that into what I'm doing now. And also my marketing role that I left just before this, or during this, um, that's given me skills such as like email marketing, like setting up automations.
Amazing.
And it was at a recruitment company. So I also wrote all of the job adverts that went out. Usually that's the recruiter's role, they'll write all of their job ads, but I did that for them. So that really honed my copywriting skills. So yeah, definitely
Yeah.
lots of transferable skills that I've brought into this.
So many. That's amazing. And then what has been, I guess, what have been some of like the harder parts of, or have you had any like challenging parts of, I guess, the setup, launching, landing clients, working with
Yeah,
clients?
I feel like the most challenging part for me was in the beginning when I was still working full time. I think you can vouch for that. I was a bit, I don't know, I think I just struggled in the beginning with the transition of having all the responsibility. And
Yeah.
I think at the time I gave quite a lot of excuses, but maybe a lot of it was to do with me not having full belief in myself that maybe I could get paying clients, that people would trust me. But I don't know, I think within time that sort of changed. And also a big confidence boost for me that I really needed was my first, my, this is, I don't know how common this is, but my first three sales calls landed me three paying clients. And I think I
Oh
really,
my
really needed
gosh.
that confidence
Yeah.
boost. And I've never felt, I don't know, I've never felt like the disbelief that I felt in the beginning since then. I just have this confidence now to carry on. And yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I feel like honestly, I saw an overnight shift in you. I saw you kind of like hiding in the sidelines for a little bit and then being completely, I don't know what happened, completely on it. You must
Yeah.
have given yourself a good pep talk because you were like on it and then you were on social media, you were in the Facebook groups, and then all of a sudden you had three clients. And that was in a very short space of time from being like, ooh,
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this to like bam, bam,
Mm.
bam. So
I feel like
it,
that's kind of me all over. Like I'll be a bit like have a bit of disbelief, and then I'll have confidence boost, and then I'm all in. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
yeah. I know, because when you had messaged me like, yeah, I'm quitting my jobs, and I was like, oh shit, like this is all catapulted very quickly. But I love that.
Yeah,
I think like a healthy bit of like delusion when you're starting a business and growing it is really, really helpful. That being like,
yeah,
we're making this work, it's happening, not like I might do this thing or I might make it work. It's like, right, we're all
hmm
in.
yeah. You have to be honestly. You have
Yeah.
to be a bit delusional to get what you want. I feel like.
100%. And then in terms of landing clients, for anyone who's like wondering, once you start a business, where do you actually get clients? If you're comfortable sharing like some of the ways that you were able to land clients, because three out of
Yeah,
three sales calls is like unbelievable.
yeah. In the beginning, for me, I feel like obviously Instagram, the main place,
Yeah,
but Facebook groups was probably one of the main places for me as well to find clients. So I'd
100%.
literally create one post with a picture of me, all of my services, say the type of client I'm looking for, and just post that into multiple groups at the same time, a few times a week. And I feel like that really brought in a lot of leads because it would direct them to my Instagram as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was my main source. A little bit from LinkedIn, but not so much. I don't feel like that's as important as Facebook and Instagram in
Yeah.
terms of lead gen, especially in the beginning.
For sure. I think they work really well together because Instagram's like your shop front, your little portfolio, and then Facebook is where you can get quick hits. You can get people to like book in calls, come look at your page really quickly. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's you focusing on the both of those worked out really, really well for you. And, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that was a big part of the reason you being, I guess, resilient enough to post in the Facebook groups. So lots of people can be like just a little scared about that. But
Mm.
that is the reason that you were able to quit your job in such a short space of time, realistically.
Yeah, 100%. And also word of mouth as well, because I've worked with local businesses and
Amazing.
we've sort of posted each other on each other's stories. Other
Yeah.
businesses have seen that I've been working for them and they've been like, oh, I've seen you work for this person. Like,
Yeah.
seems like you do a good job. So, yeah,
Okay,
that's
amazing. And then
nice.
what are like the services that you're loving or the services that you're mostly working with clients with at the moment?
Um, so I do a bit of everything. I'm a very broad person. I like
That's,
doing lots of different things, but
yeah, it's
I'd
fun.
say I mostly enjoyed the admin side of things, like
Yeah.
the back end side of things, because that's what I was used to doing in my previous roles. I've done a
Yeah.
bit of social media and I do enjoy doing that, but I don't know, I quite enjoy like the data side of things and setting
Yeah.
things up. That's probably my favorite part of it.
Yeah. Love it. So like data, systems, admin, some kind of
Yeah,
PA work.
because in my marketing role, even though it was marketing, which is creative, I was more on the data side of things, like doing all of
Yeah.
the admin stuff and the automations, and I enjoy that for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like email marketing is such a great skill to know because every
Mm,
business, once you get to a certain point, you need email marketing. And it's actually like for any business out there that need email marketing support or don't have an email list, you need to get one ASAP. But it is
100%.
quite an operation, like setting
Mm.
it up. Like Adam runs ours in our business, and like it kind of gives me heart palpitations looking at the back end of it because there's so much with all the tags and
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
different sequences and these people need to get them, but these people shouldn't get them, and it's a lot.
yeah. And one like mistake just changes the whole thing, so it's got to be like really,
Yeah,
yeah, on point.
it is, and I feel like being getting into that and like upskilling in that is really really valuable because there's just
Yeah.
never going to not be work in that field as well.
100%.
And then what's, I guess, some of your favorite parts about working for yourself?
Uh, well, the freedom part of it is probably my favorite part because I feel like just getting up at the same time every day, going to the office, working the same hours every day, only being able to go to the gym like after work and then I'd literally have dinner and then go to sleep. That just wasn't how I enjoyed living life. So
Yeah,
now I get the freedom to like do a few hours of work in the morning, go to the gym, have lunch, do a few more hours of work, like go meet a friend and then do more work. Like I can just work whenever, and I
yeah,
feel like that just really suits my personality because yeah, it just I think the structured life just wasn't it was never for me.
yeah. It is. It's a lot, and it must be so exciting now that you're like fully on like a work trip like that. You're in Marbella with the business. Like that must be very exciting that
Hmm.
it's kind of come to fruition and it's now happening.
Yeah, because even though I'm working, I feel like I'm on holiday. Like
Yes.
I'm still doing just as much work, but it's just really enjoyable because I'm not stuck within like my four walls. I can go to a cafe and like
Yeah.
look at the view, and it's just like lovely.
It's
Yeah,
unreal. I saw some of your Instagram stories this week and I was like, oh my God, yes. Like I love to
yeah,
see that. Like it's so cool.
yeah. It's unreal. Yeah.
And what would your piece of advice be for anyone who is maybe wanting to start a business but a bit nervous about starting it, the social media side of things, reaching out to businesses, just like the kind of fear involved with it?
Well, that was me. I had like so much self-doubt and anxiety, and the only thing that sort of relieved that was me just pushing myself out of my comfort zone, just talking to people, you know, doing everything that I could to generate leads and like get myself out there on social media, filming the reels, which I really struggled with at first, but now it feels quite easy. So
Amazing.
literally just do the things that scare you, and then everything else will just build on top of that, and it'll just work out. I feel like I don't know. Confidence comes with practice, so you've just got to practice the things that scare you, and yeah,
100%. I think that's great advice to anyone that's here or anyone's watching the replay is because the things that are scary and uncomfortable, they're the things that most people aren't willing to do. And that is why there's
100%.
opportunities out there because most people
Yeah,
won't do that.
yeah, absolutely. Because everyone's scared, but you've just got to do it scared, and then you'll be
Yeah.
so proud of yourself, and that
Yeah.
like pride just gives you confidence, and then yeah, it doesn't feel as scary the next time you do something.
Yeah. It's like I always say it's like a muscle that you train. Like it'll
Mm,
hurt, it will really hurt to begin with and then it just hurts less and less and then you just don't even feel it once you get
absolutely.
practicing enough times. So
Yeah, 100%.
okay,
So
amazing. And if anyone is interested in working with you in terms of like admin, PA work, email marketing, some light social
mm.
media, what's the best way to contact you?
Probably through Instagram,
Okay,
through
I'll
Macy's
tag you.
Method.
Yeah, I'll tag you
Yeah,
here.
or I have my email as well, maceycherrill27@gmail.com, if anyone prefers email. But yeah, probably through Instagram is the easiest way.
Okay, amazing. I'll tag you in this after. So, guys, if anyone's looking for support from Macey,
Perfect.
you can reach out
Yeah,
and guys, if anyone that's here live has any questions, let us know in the comment section.
Yeah,
And if you have any comment or have any questions after this, just put it in the comments of the replay and myself or Macey will reply.
perfect.
Okay, so good to catch up and hear where you
Oh, I
are,
know.
and it's incredible. You should be so proud of yourself.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for helping me get here.
Of
Honestly, joining
course.
the program was one of the best things I've ever done to just push me in the direction that I needed because I feel like everything's just aligned now in my life. So
Yeah,
very happy.
it's isn't that
So if
amazing?
anyone's
Good.
on the fence of joining Neve's program, just join.
Woohoo. As someone asked, how long did it take you to land your first client?
Oh, um, how long did it take? When did I start the program? Well, in the beginning, it was a bit slower for me because I was working full time. I think I had a bit of a slower start to maybe some people. So I think for me, it took me a couple of months. But if I had given it my all from the start, probably less than that. I don't think it matters when it happens because when you get your first client, it sort of builds the momentum and then they
Yeah.
just start coming faster and faster. So yeah, it's just about building that momentum really.
And I think it does depend
Yeah.
on it depends on when you actually launch. Like I think that I think you launched your
I
business Instagram page in June, and then I think you got your first client a month after launching.
Yeah, I launched in June, but I was a bit busy in June, so I didn't want to take clients on until July.
Yes.
So yeah, that's when it happened.
Yeah, okay, cool. Thank you for answering that. Got some more questions. Julie says, fab to hear your success story. Julie's just joined, so
Thank
very
you.
exciting. And we have another one. I've started the course with Neve and had to take a break now. I feel like I'll forget everything to finish the other half of the course. I keep putting it off. Honestly, get back in touch with me. There's never, obviously it depends on your personal life when you have stuff going on, but you won't forget everything. You'll always be able to refresh. You've got
Mm,
lifelong access to the course material if you've already worked with us. So you can always jump back in and then jump back into the mentorship once you are ready.
yeah. And the amazing thing about the course is it's always there. Like you have all the modules there forever to always look back on. Like I find myself every few weeks or so just like looking at something that I've forgotten about and I'm like, oh, refresh. And so it's always there,
Yeah.
which is great.
And because also we add loads of stuff to it like frequently. So I feel like
Yeah.
there's always things going on that like you kind of, are useful to know. And also like just with like AI, I feel like things are changing so much. Like we've had to change
Hmm.
so many things because they're just obsolete now. Like, even when you started 6 months ago, like we had to use our brains for so many things that now you just don't.
Yeah, 100%. I was saying the other day to Liam, I was like, I'm so glad that ChatGPT wasn't huge when I was in uni because
Oh
I'm
my
really glad that
gosh.
I actually had to use my brain to write the essays because I know
I
that I would have
know.
just absolutely smashed ChatGPT.
Oh my God, a hundred
Because,
percent.
yeah, uni's hard. So I don't blame students for just using it, but
No.
they have to be careful because plagiarism. But yeah,
Honestly, it
I
was
use it
so
mostly
hard.
for,
Sorry, go
sorry,
ahead.
I just use it mostly for idea generation because
Yeah.
I think it's quite you can tell when someone
Uh,
just copied and pasted it. Or I'll say like I'll write something and I'll say, can you make this better?
yes. Yeah.
Rather than like a
Same.
straight copy and paste.
I think it's like knowing how to use it to support you, not to replace you,
Mm,
because
yeah.
I still think it does like 80% of the work, but you always have to fix it. But even things like, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you've watched it yet, I did a story sequence training inside the course portal. And it's basically how to use AI to make a Instagram story sequence. So you have like you're selling on stories every day. And it
Yeah.
is insane. It's literally the thing that I've been doing for 5 years, but like having to think of an idea every single day out of thin air.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
now you can just give it one sentence and it will map out like 5 or 6 slides. Go watch it if you haven't because it's
Honestly, yeah, I know. I know.
wild. It's
Honestly, I don't know how you did this job before AI. Like writing all the captions, like everything. Like
so it just
I
took
think everyone
so
just
long.
utilizes it so much now. I can imagine it just took like 10 times longer to do everything.
Yeah, it did. Well, like we would just our output would be way less because we just simply didn't have the time
The
to,
time.
you'd have to map out all the hooks, write all the ideas, write the whole caption from every single word from your brain. Like
Yeah.
it's almost unbelievable to think of that and how we do it now. Like is
Yeah,
like
and emails as well. Like sometimes emails that I write are quite long. I'm like, I would have never. This just took me so long
I
if I didn't
know.
have the help of a bit of AI.
Yeah, it's wild. It's great for our business model because it makes us better, makes you guys better VAs, more efficient, you know, more
Hmm.
speedy and more knowledgeable. And there's so much access to information. We're in such a lucky time period with technology that, yeah, it really
Absolutely.
makes our lives a lot easier.
100%.
Okay, thank you so much, Macy, for coming. It was
Thank you so
lovely. Of
much.
course,
Yeah, long time no speak.
I know. I'll chat to you soon.
I'll talk to you soon. See you
Bye.
later. Bye.